What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Movie X Kicks, and this is the review of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, coming up right after this. John Wick Chapter 3 takes off exactly where Chapter 2 left off. If you don't remember, John Wick is actually excommunicado, meaning he is cut off from the Order of the High Table, and a $14 million bounty has been placed on his head because he violated the sanctity of the hotel and killed someone on hotel grounds. Now he must somehow appease the High Table in order to get back into their good graces, while fighting off every deadly assassin along the way to collect that $14 million bounty on his head. He enlists the help of Sophie, played by Halle Berry, who is his longtime friend who owes him a deep favor, and that she cannot deny him of the favor, even though no matter how bad his situation is, she must help him. So that is just kind of a brief summary that I'm going to give you, because this movie is not out yet. I actually saw a screening of it yesterday, and it's interesting to say that this is probably one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Like, and when I go to the midst of action movies, I basically kind of start off. A lot of people won't know this movie because if you're not heavily into martial arts movie, but it's called The Raid. Those to me are probably one of the greatest martial arts movies, in our generation. Of course, the Enter of the Dragons and so forth along those. But this, and to me, those are one of the best action movies to me. And this, John Wick Chapter 3, was almost surpassed those two. And I never thought I would see a movie that could be better than John Wick 1, because I was a huge fan of John Wick 1 and 2. And to bring in 3, and for 3 to be better than both 2 and 1, you rarely get a sequel that's better than the prequel or better than the previous ones. But this one, without a shadow of a doubt, was way better. I'm talking about storyline, action. It was more hand-to-hand action in this movie than I had seen in any of the previous John Wicks. Keanu Reeves had really stepped up his game, and Halle Berry's character, Sophie, was immaculate. I'm talking about, to be honest with you, I think this is gonna, not that Halle Berry ever died off or anything like that, but I think this is going to kind of reinvigorate her career. I can see her actually getting a spin-off movie from this character in this movie, to be perfectly honest with you. And if she did, I wouldn't be surprised. So, don't be surprised if she gets her own spin-off movie from this, because to me, like, the action scene that they did together was just probably one of the best in the movie, with her dogs. I'm not going to give away too much, because the movie doesn't come out until this weekend, and I was in that screening going nuts. Like, the action scenes in this movie, or you think you've seen the trailer, you think, oh, okay, I've seen it. No, whatever action scenes you thought you saw in the trailer, it's amped up by 10 times the amount once you see the actual scene. Like, there's a scene like where they're showing in the trailers, like with the knives, and and everyone's throwing knives. That whole scene was like one of the first action scenes. Incredible. The bike scenes, as you saw, it was a lot longer than you thought. The one with the horse. I'm talking about, there are so many key points of action in this movie that I love. And also, a lot of the good thing I like about this movie too is that you start to get a little insight of where John Wick came from, because that's the only knock that I could say I had on the previous John Wicks, is like, everyone knows that him for being the boogeyman, and no one really knows like his background story. They touched a little bit on the background of where he kind of semi came from, but they really didn't do the whole premise of it. And and they had a couple new additions to this movie, which I loved. Her name was, one of them was who played the adjudicator. Her name was Anissa Kate Dillon. She basically kind of is like the spokesperson for the high table, if you will, and like her job was basically go around and telling people what they did wrong. Basically, whoever helped out John Wick in the previous movie was basically on the high table shit list, and they had to do X, Y, and Z to get back in the good graces, or emit penance, if you will, to get back in the good graces of the high table. Another new character is Mark. What's his name? Mark DeCasto. He played Zero. He's kind of person you probably see in the trailer when he goes hey, I'm having a real good time. He's the bald head Asian guy. And his character was hilarious. Like, I loved his character in the movie. He was probably one of the funniest villains that I've ever seen. But a lot of people might not know what Parabellum means. Parabellum basically is a Latin word, and it means prepare for war. For basically kind of the whole premise of the movie is that they were preparing for war. But I have to say, John Wick Chapter 3, like I said, was hands down one of the best action movies I had ever seen. Like, I knew this movie was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be great. There's literally not one bad thing I can really say about this movie. Action-wise, the fight coordination in this movie, I was trying to do research to find out who did the fight coordination, who choreographed the fights, but I really couldn't find it. Whoever choreographed this fight, it was on a different level. I loved how the fight scenes in this movie were totally different from the fight scenes in 1 and 2, John Wick's 1 and 2. It's almost like they went more in depth with hand-to-hand combat, the Muay Thai, the UFC grappling type of fighting style, like hand-to-hand combat, weapons, as far as knives, swords, everything that Keanu Reeves would use in his grasp was there. Like I said, I have no negative to say about this movie. It was great. A+. I'm going to see it again this weekend. Once I get a chance. Probably, I don't know if I'm going to see it Thursday or Friday or Saturday, but I have to go see it again. Like it was one of those action movies where you just sit down and just wait for all the goodness that's coming your way. So drop me some comments, guys. Tell me what you guys thought about this movie once you see it. Like I said, this is an early review, so I know it's not out yet. But once you guys see this, please drop some comments and tell me what you guys thought about this movie. I mean, like, to me, I thought Endgame was probably going to be one of my favorite movies of the summer. But as of right now, John Wick Chapter 3 has jumped up. And I like it. At the end of the movie, you almost can say it might be a Chapter 4. So, you kind of have to draw your own conclusion on that one. Like I said, drop me some comments, guys, once you see this movie, to let me know what you thought about this movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? If you hate this movie, I don't know what to say to you, because you need to seek help. Especially if you're an action junkie like me, you will love this movie. So, as always, please subscribe. Please give me a like if you like what you saw. Excuse me, I know I was kind of rambling, but I was kind of excited about this movie because I'm just so excited to see like action-based movies with great action. Not good action, great action. So once you see it, you'll understand exactly why I'm so hyped and why I'm rambling on about this movie and Halle Berry and all this. You'll understand once you see the movie. But as always, Mr. Movie X Kicks is out. Please like, subscribe, and I'll holler at you guys later.